2024 continues to give us the business, with the star-studded lineup poster for AfroNation Detroit having been released the other day. AfroNation is a strong brand for particularly Afrobeats and Amapiano right now, which has grown in size and stature year over year since it was founded in 2019. The aim was to celebrate genres such as Afrobeats, hip-hop, dancehall, zouk, Amapiano, etc. And to be honest, they've done a fantastic job at that, and of course being dubbed the world's biggest Afrobeats festival. The main festival location is in Portimao, Portugal, and now sees phenomenal crowds of up to 40,000 people each year, which is great. They've added other cities and locations, with Detroit in the US being one of them. And I think if you're anywhere in the US, including the Motor City itself, Motown, this is a can't miss event. This year's edition in Detroit will run from August 17th to 18th, and I'll be going through the acts you can expect to see at this sophomore Detroit edition of AfroNation. Ghana is back in the mix. We're going to talk about that too, so buckle up. This is the no BS version. AfroNation Detroit is undoubtedly smaller than the Portugal version, but don't let that deter you from expecting fireworks anyway and quality acts. To give you an idea, AfroNation Portugal currently has 15 acts built to perform on the main stage this year, compared to Detroit's 11 so far. On the Piano People stage, the Portugal edition has 20 acts this year, and the Detroit edition has 9 so far. With the number of Amapiano acts, I'm sure some of you are probably wondering if it's more of an Amapiano festival in some way, but no, it's not. This year's headliners for AfroNation Detroit are Rema, Ashake, and Party Next Door. Quality acts, if you ask me. You'll also find Adekunle Gold, Kiss Daniel, Omale, Amare, Ira Star, Cash Doll, King Promise, and Ruga. All of them on the main stage. That's a top tier lineup by any regard, and I would pay a fair amount to go watch Cash Doll, by the way. Love her vibe and energy. And that brings me to the Ghana discussion. As you can see, there are 2 Ghanaian acts here, Amare and King Promise, and they are 2 of the very best Ghanaian artists you will find on the continent right now, and they make bangers. The word that went around after the AfroNation Portugal lineups were announced in January was that the organizers of AfroNation deliberately left Ghanaian acts out because of some purported beef and misrepresentation of facts. Interestingly, the lineup for AfroNation Portugal does have the composers, who are British Ghanaian for starters. It just didn't have a Ghanaian headliner or maybe a popular Afrobeats Ghanaian act, so to speak. There wasn't anything pointing to this being an intentional move by AfroNation to undermine Ghana or Ghanaian artists or music from Ghana, as they have been invited to many other AfroNation editions, and as we see with the Detroit lineup and poster with Amare and King Promise. That effectively debunks the myth that AfroNation organizers were trying to keep the festival all about Nigeria. There are other acts from other countries too, like Tanzania, Cabo Verde, France, and other places on the continent represented at AfroNation. That is that, and no need for further explanation. When we look at Detroit's Piano People stage, it's looking real good with Scorpion Kings, that's DJ Maporisa and Kabza De Small, headlining that, and Uncle Waffles as well. I mean, Uncle Waffles, yo. There's also Musa Keys and Kelvin Momo, who are both also at AfroNation Portugal earlier in the year. Deben Gogo, TXC, Kamompela, Two Bunnies, DJ Moma. So if you love piano, you want to be there at AfroNation Detroit. So you tell me, what do you think about the AfroNation Detroit lineup, and is the so-called Ghana issue resolved for you now that Ghanaian acts that you know are on the lineup? Let me know in the comments below and let's have a healthy discussion around this. Otherwise, that's it for me. My name is MJ Wemoto, son of Zimbabwe, signing out. Peace. Dende.
Very dangerous.